Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video. Now, many of you will know that at this current moment there is an F1 2015 test going on at Jerez, where all the cars apart from Force India are testing their cars for reliability, speed, cornering, you know, the overall general stuff just before the race at Australia begins. With only 37 days, just over 37 days actually, days to go, we will be having a look at what we have learned so far from the F1 test at Jerez. So the first thing we've noticed is that Sebastian Vettel has found some solid pace in a Ferrari that over the last 3 years has struggled a lot, and Vettel seemingly has brought a new fire to the Ferrari garage. He seemingly got the car moving at a decent speed, and he actually was the fastest guy in the first day session with a 1 minute 22.6, and on the second day he was also at the top of the timing in the wet conditions as well. So, you know, he did a very good job. So is this where Ferrari finally get back to their form? Will we be seeing Sebastian Vettel at the top of a podium once more? I think we will be very, very shortly. If Ferrari continue the progress they're going at, we could definitely see a top-notch deal. Kimi Raikkonen so far on day 3 has also been up there with putting his car up in decent positions, showing some good pace as well. But Sebastian Vettel seems to be the leading man in that Ferrari car number 5. It looks like it will be a lightning bolt this season. Next up, we're going to go for the Sauber. Now, Marcus Ericsson and Felipe Nasr have showed that the Sauber has actually gained some serious pace. Now, the livery might be questionable, but definitely their pace isn't. They've shown some solid pace recently, with picking up some decent times indeed, with the fastest one being a 122.7 for Marcus Ericsson, who done a very good job indeed. Now, Marcus Ericsson going from Caterham to Sauber, many people questioned the deal. Obviously he abandoned Caterham in a way, but I think for his career it was the best option, and he's definitely making it worthwhile now. With the blue, yellow and white car going at decent paces, will we see Sauber back to this position they was in of a few seasons ago in the 2012 season, where Kamui Kobayashi and Sergio Perez were hitting some solid positions? And if you remember, in the Malaysian Grand Prix it was a Sauber that finished second behind Fernando Alonso. Now, next up we're going to go to the Mercedes. Over the last few days, Mercedes have been showing some okay pace. Not the pace you would expect of the blistering, but don't worry, the Mercedes will get back to their top form once again. Now, one thing that has been very important about the Mercedes so far is the fact that they have got some serious reliability, with Nico Rosberg completing over 300 laps, which is around about 4.5 race distances. So that really is fantastic for a car that's reliability last season was its downfall. Add that to the blistering pace that it will hopefully have, depending on the other cars at the moment. Ferrari, of course, showing some decent pace. This could be the ultimate season for Mercedes, with hopefully for them, their goal is going to be, after last season's success, continue the Constructors and Drivers' Championship, but the overall major goal would be they would love to have every race won this season. With Lewis Hamilton, the defending world champion, and Nico Rosberg, the man that just finished behind his teammate, they will be looking to push forward with a Mercedes-powered engine, and the Mercedes works car, sponsored by Petronas, will hopefully go forward a lot further. Next up, the drama, of course, at Red Bull was their new livery, and also the fact that Daniel Ricciardo, in his second year, and Danny Kvyat in his rookie season at Red Bull, is actually going to, will it work, is a big question. Now, I know that Danny Kvyat, obviously last season it was his rookie season, but this is his first debut season in the top dog Red Bull car. And with the livery aside, that looks, of course, like the Guardian newspaper, it has been an okay test for them. They've had a few little minor hiccups, but overall they've shown some good pace in that car, and maybe the Red Bull will be back up at the top. If you put the Red Bull livery on that car, it will look very snazzy indeed, and let's hope that the Red Bull can get back at its paces again. We'd love to see the 3 big guys in Ferrari, Mercedes and Red Bull battling once again for the Drivers' Championship. To have 6 guys up there would be a brilliant joy for us, not just have the 2 Mercedes dominant. Will Daniel Ricciardo lead the team to glory, or will Danny Kvyat be the rookie who wants his success? Now, next up, we're going to go to Williams, who so far haven't really been doing that much. They've only really been a part of day 3. They had minor things at day 2, but overall day 3 has been their biggest test. Not really being a part of day 1 as much as I think they would like, but they were definitely a car that was there. Of course, Williams setting 73 laps on the first day, being the 5th fastest team. You know, they didn't really find as much as they would like. In day 2 and day 3, they've progressed a little bit, found their paces, and they seem to be on the right track. Now the Williams, I don't believe, will hit as much as the glory as they hit last season, because last season was a shocker. They will probably be a mid-table team, hopefully challenging into the top 6 of the drivers, you know, beating the Red Bulls and Ferraris once and often, but hopefully they can have some good progress. Now also, McLaren, the McLaren Honda, of course, with that questionable livery, you have to say, they will hopefully get that Honda engine working. They had a little bit of iffy moments, if you remember, on day 1, having not many laps, not progressing as far as they would like, but they've definitely stepped up their game on day 3, and they're going to try and get that car to progress as much as possible. They've not had, you know, many issues since day 1, but they will look to progress forward, and the team has definitely got some experience at the ranks of Fernando Alonso and Jenson Button. The boys will go out there and try and do their very best. You cannot say that Jenson Button or Fernando Alonso can't be race challengers, purely because Fernando Alonso is regarded as possibly the best driver on the grid at this point, and Jenson Button always wears his heart on his sleeve and continues to push forward in the Formula 1, even at his age that he is. And when people thought he was down and out, somehow he got himself another contract at McLaren against all odds. The Brit has got a strong fan base, and hopefully this season can push forward. Now we're going to wrap things up with the Toro Rosso, and that's pretty much where we're going to go. With there being a Lotus, of course, we'll have a quick talk about that. The Lotus and Toro Rosso haven't really had as much success as they would like. They've been doing decent work, you know, Carlos Sainz Jr. getting 6th in day 1 testing. That's going to be a reoccurring theme, in my opinion. You know, you've got to go and have a look at the positives and negatives with this team. And I think Toro Rosso can have a few successful races, but they're going to be one of the bottom teams this season. And with the Marussias and Caterhams, it's debatable whether or not they'll be on the grid. You're going to have to look at the Toro Rossos and Lotuses being down there. Now Lotus, of course, having the Mercedes powered engine is going to be a huge boost to their straight line speed. But whether or not the team can get a car that works with their financial issues, of course, is going to be questionable. No team changes there, with Romain Grosjean and Pastor Maldonado being the drivers out there, and many people surprised that Pastor Maldonado did not crash. Now, Toro Rosso, we've got 2 brand new drivers with Carlos Sainz Jr. and the youngster Max Verstappen, who is the youngest man in Formula 1 at the age of 17. Now, the question that we're all asking, will that be a success? Well, them two are basically the proteges, whatever you want to pronounce it, whichever pronunciation you use. They are the future of Red Bull. And as we can see, Daniel Ricciardo and Danny Kvyat are showing that they are definitely good examples of what Red Bull like to do. Same too with Sebastian Vettel, who's now driving for most likely the most well-known Formula 1 team in the history of the sport, maybe at equal level with McLaren, but it definitely shows that Red Bull scheme works, and with Max Verstappen and Carlos Sainz Jr. actually do their jobs, they might be driving for Red Bull or even another top team within the next few years. But guys, what do you think of the test? What have you learned? Who is your money on getting a bit of a shock this season? If I'm going to put money on a team shocking us, it's probably going to be Lotus. That Mercedes engine is so crucial, and we saw last season how important it is. But of course, 2 Ferrari engines, being the Sauber and the Ferrari works car so far, have shown some very solid pace around Jerez. So, guys, who do you reckon is going to go into round 1 of the 2015 season with the best chance of picking up a win? Will it be Mercedes back to dominant ways? Will Red Bull try and clinch that 5th world championships out of the last possible 6? And will it be Ferrari who return to the top spot once again? Guys, leave your opinions down below, like and subscribe for more, and I will see you guys next time.